All right. Thank you so much. We are so pleased to be at the final stretch of our read aloud, our marathon, incredible read aloud. And we're gonna play a video by um well, it's a read aloud somebody else did of Aya Ghanameh's book, These Olive Trees. And let's take it away.
Welcome to Soho Storytime. Today we're going to be reading a book called These Olive Trees, a Palestinian family story, written and illustrated by Aya Ghanameh. I look forward to reading this book with you all today. Now let's get ready for story time. These Olive Trees, a Palestinian family story. Every year, Mama harvests the olives right outside the refugee camp where Orabe and her family live. This year, as she prunes the olive grove under a sky of infinite blue gray, Orabe wonders about the first person to ever taste the small oval fruit. She imagines them picking the olive and biting halfway down into its savory center. They must have waited years for the tree to produce even a single fruit. Did they like how it tasted? Arabe thinks they must have hated it. Olives don't always taste very good directly from the tree. They can be quite bitter at first. Or maybe, Arabe ponders, they were pleasantly surprised by its acidity. Arabe is always too impatient to go through the weeks-long process of curing and brining the fruit, the way her mama taught her. Too eager to taste the olive straight from the tree, she ends up disappointed by the bitter taste. But sometimes the olive surprises her, and she finds joy in their bitterness. After all, with work and patience, these bitter olives can be used to make so many things. In the refugee camp, they use the trimmings from the trees to light fires and to make ornaments and tools. They press the oil from the olives to cook and even to make soap. Sometimes her life in the camp surprises her too, and she finds happiness in the sorrow around her. Mama passes the olives to Arabe, who always helps her family in the grove. It's odd that we're gathering the olives so soon, Arabe thinks to herself. It's not harvest season quite yet. Still, Arabe prepares herself to stomp, stomp, stomp on the olives as she always does, to remove their pits and pour their oozing liquid into pressed bags. But her mama stops her. We are not cleaning or crushing any olives today, says Mama, just packing them to go. Go? Mama nods. Go? Mama and the rest of their family used to live in a village called Altira by the coast of Palestine. Generations of her family had tended the olive trees there, too, for hundreds of years. But one day before Arabe was born, the war came. They carried what they could and walked for many days until they reached the other side of the country to escape it. But they couldn't save their olive trees. Since then, they have lived in a makeshift canvas house in the Balata refugee camp near the city of Nablus. Arabe and her younger brother and sister were born here. The camp is the only home she's ever known, and there are more olive trees here. Arabe and her mama walk back from the orchard, carrying the olives and tree trimmings, but within the camp, piles of blankets and boxes now line the rows of tents. Families frantically load trucks with bundles of wrapped canvas. Are we going on a trip? Arabe asks. Yes, dear. Mama's eyes look misty. The war has come to our doorstep again, even in Balata camp. The sky is gray and the earth is damp with the knowledge that the war has found its way to Nablus. Where are we going? Do we have to go? Arab asks Mama. Mama pauses. I don't know where. Wherever we go, we have each other. But what about our house? What about the olive trees? We will have a new tent. As for the trees, says Mama, we can't save them. Mama follows Arab's siblings into the tent, helping the rest of the family gather their belongings. Alone outside, Arab looks at the olive pits lying around their tent, the pits they had prepared to be planted in the fall. We can, she decides. I will borrow an olive and plant its seed. She is sure the earth would not mind. She looks to the sky. May I borrow your rain? She is sure the clouds would not mind either. But it may be the last time she sees the sky above her home for a while. After all, someone needs to look after the land so their olive trees live on. Gently, she plants a pit. Although olive trees take a long, long time to grow and even longer to produce olives, Arab decides that for once she will be patient. Wait for me. One day, when we're older, I'll return to you for harvest. The end. Thank you so much for reading these olive trees with me. I hope you enjoyed this book. Don't forget to like and subscribe so you know when I'm going to read my next story. Have a beautiful day.
Beautiful. Beautiful. That was so sweet. Oh, I'm so glad that we fit it in. Aya really wanted to participate in the live, but she couldn't. So she said, go ahead, read my book and find a video of it or whatever you can. I give you my permission. And so I'm so glad that we were able to share that. SKLE is still a little bit is here, but the video is like I would